My name is Ian Riley. I'm CEO of the World Cement Association, and I'm delighted to be speaking to Mahendra Singhi today. Mahendra is the Managing Director and CEO of Dalmia Cement, a leading Indian cement group. And Dalmia is well known in the cement industry for having made the commitment to become carbon negative by 2040. Dalmia has also been recognized by CDP, the Carbon Disclosure Project, as globally number one in terms of business readiness for a low carbon economy transition. And that is based on their low carbon footprint today, the lowest carbon footprint of any cement company. So in addition to his role at Dalmia, Mahendra is involved in a lot of other organizations as well. In India, he's the president of the Cement Manufacturers Association, and he chairs the National Council for Cement and Building Materials, as well as the Development Council for the cement industry. He also
share with you that on 24th March, when this lockdown happened, the first decision our company did was that we would pay salary and wages 5 days in advance, so that people don't have any apprehension in their mind that when they would get, though they are not able to go to the plant or the office. And thereafter also we said that we would be giving salaries and wages for all the months to come, whether they do come or not. And that has given good moral support to our people. Second message which we gave was that we will take care of the societies. So then we started Dalmia support line, a helpline, on 25th of March, after 1 day, and we said that it is a 24 hours manned helpline, which can give any type of support to our own people and their families, and our all other stakeholders and families. And there was a tremendous, response on this, because all of the sudden things since lockdown happened, people were finding problem in many areas, how to get their children back, or how to get some material or something or other. And Dalmia support line gave a great confidence to the people.
You know, I remember from my visits to India that many of the plants have a lot of people at the plant site. The more people you have, the more difficult safety management is. And do you think that the pandemic will have helped with safety performance, either in terms of people's consciousness or in terms of the manning levels that you have at the plants?
It has already having positive impact on the people and the safety. What we did was that, one, we made them understand that what is being done, what is being advised to you is in your interest, is in the interest of your family. Plant will come later, but you come first. And so when the lockdown happened from 24th March till broadly 20th of April, so there was a big drop, and then slowly business started recovering, I would say from 25th, 26th of April. In the month of May, I would say there was roughly 60% drop. So the demand was just 40 or 50% of what it was in May 19, year to year. Similarly, if I talk of June, then the demand was roughly, I would say, 60% or 70% of what it was in June 19, etc. We saw good demand coming up in rural areas. So in whole India, if you look at the rural demand played a very big role, not only in cement, but in consumer industry also, even slowly in the automobile sector also. So demand slowly it is coming up, but the major challenge is how big projects in cities that would restart, because in India one of the challenges came was that the workers who came from far distances, they started going back to their home to take care of their family also. But if you now come, you will see that in many places of the country, the road, the flyovers, bridges, etc., you will find better than Europe. The quality of infrastructure, whatever work has been done by our people in India, that's day by day, that's improving. Like we have now the best of the class of airports in India, then we have the best of the roads, whatever roads have been built up, and now all roads are concrete roads. All major highways are being made of concrete roads. So, and you must be aware that the per capita consumption of cement in India is one of the lowest. It is about 225 kg against maybe global average of 500 kg or so. As well, the Chinese average maybe 1600, 1700 kg. So one, we have the ambitions. Though we are a developing country, but then we have the roadmap, we have the intelligence, and lastly, that after this COVID or during this COVID, now there is one mindset that why not we remain closer to our houses, closer to our native place, which means many people would like to live in rural India or semi-urban India. So there we find that there is a huge scope of construction so that, you know, people can have their own houses. That the government of India has also the scheme that by 2024 or so, every person in the country should have a house, should have the roof. And our performance of May and June 20 has been better than May and June 19. And the result was a lot of orders came from the customers because we were in live touch with them. There was a good supply of transportation vehicles because we were in touch with them. Now, point is that there is more closeness with the stakeholders. Now, the mindset of government and government people have changed. Now, they are available more freely, and now we can meet them not in office, but in virtual platform. Earlier, no one thought of. And since for our organization also, I would say that like I am working from home since last 110 days. I have not stepped out of my home. And it's not me, my whole team and my head office or regional office. But at the same time, we don't feel that we are missing something except meeting physically, hugging physically, and laughing together in a big way. So now, one is how virtual connectivity will happen. Second one would be that now we have started, you know, like virtual visits. It's a virtual visit by the expert, virtual visit by senior team also if they want to meet any customer, if we want to meet any or see any plant where they would like to address people or understand the machine. Everything is happening virtually. So now we are able to realize that maybe this may be the right way of doing it. So like yesterday or today now, we are having now this virtual interaction. Otherwise, I would have traveled to all London and would have used my 3 days, but it was just 1.5 hours. Because if one has to take mid-term or long-term view, then normally companies should not restrain themselves for the climate mitigation projects or any other projects which helps in bringing up the efficiency. Because in our organization, we have not considered that we are bogged down by this COVID or the slower demand, and we have said that it's not new normal, it's a better normal. Now, considering better normal, considering the right cash management and people management we could do, we should be faster in executing our projects, and that's why the projects like carbon capture and utilization, project like how to use alternate fuel, which we call green fuel, for replacement of fossil fuel, our activities are going very fast. And I'm sure organizations like Dalmia Cement, there may be many, not in India, but everywhere also. So they would be thinking in that way. Important for all of us is to create optimism. I'm not saying one should go irrational, but at the same time, there is no point in becoming pessimism.
Yeah. No, you have to believe in the future, otherwise you don't do anything, right?
Yes, yeah. And for that, one has to create a strategic foresight.
Yeah.
And that strategic foresight can definitely help you in creating certain different scenarios, but at the same time, you have a road path. And in fact, after having this pandemic impact, we are considering that how our roadmap in which we have to reach carbon negative by 2040. It's the mindset in which it is difficult. People used to say the cement is hard to abate sector. Slowly, we campaigned in a big way. Now, what do they say? Like you also did a lot of good jobs. Now, what do people say? Possible to abate.
Yes.
And then, absolutely, along with this Energy Transition Commission, we have said and we have created Mission Possible. So, our whole philosophy is not to allow the waste to happen.
Right. Okay.
And that's the resource efficiency, or you can say circular economy, in which we have to believe. And we have been able to show to ourselves as well as the world that clean and green is profitable and sustainable.
Okay.
It may not be profitable in first, second, third years, but then we are doing the business for decades and decades. So like our company, it's just 8 decades young. And still it has a lot of decades to go ahead. So philosophy is use any type of waste. And we have seen even in last one and a half year also, how to do it. And one example which I may share with you, that there's a huge wasteland available in the whole world. In India also, it's in a big way. Now, can you utilize this land for planting bamboo trees, which we call energy plants?
Yes.
And it has a comparatively higher carbon content after 2.5 or 3 years. And thereafter, you cut it, use it in the kiln, and replace fossil fuel. So this is one of the important levers for us. And by 2035, we should be able to use 100% either biomass or the hazardous waste or the municipal waste, so that we replace 100% fossil fuel.
So that's your